shoulder raises. So with these, what we want to have, hands out to the side, palms facing in, and then basically coming up just to shoulder height. So two things we'll see often done wrong with these is one, we get them to lift up and they come way up above what's necessary. So from the level of the shoulder, there's no more engagement through that shoulder, it's coming mostly from the upper trap, they're just shrugging up to get the weight up. Number two is normally going too heavy and kind of throwing the weights up and thinking about getting them high as opposed to actually isolating and working the shoulder. So what I like to do, have the client lean forward slightly, so basically like a 10 degree. From there, lead with the elbow. So I'm going to drive up, come down under control, up, under control. So from the front, basically what we'll see, the thumb's slightly twisted down, and you should be able to see that my elbow is leading higher than the wrist. What we don't want is that way, where the wrist starts to come up higher than the elbow, we start to turn the tension into the front of the delt. By leaning forward slightly, we start to load up more of that lateral head. And what I like to teach or cue is basically imagine we've got a rope, and what we're trying to do is pull the rope apart rather than worrying about getting it up. So trying to stretch your arms out to the opposite sides of the room. Don't worry about the height. And as a client fatigues, let's say they're doing 12 reps and by 8, it's getting pretty tiring, they're not able to get the height. So they're looking sort of like this. Better to teach them to go 3/4 and finish the rep properly using the lateral head, using the shoulder as opposed to throwing their weight around just to try and get the rep up to the right height.